All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the largest outdoor esports competition in Southeast Asia, IESF 14 World Esports Championship Bali 2022. Still in the fire stage, PUBG Mobile, fourth round, and of course, still with me, Gedeka as the host for today. So, before we are going to start the match, I want to tell you that this event can be held by support from our government sponsor, Kemenpora, Korean Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, KONI, and OC Indonesia, and Wonderful Indonesia. So, no need to wait longer because, yeah, we can wait right now, yeah? So, we just start the fourth round for PUBG Mobile today. I would like to thank to our beautiful caster and handsome one, Cucu Malaysia boleh, and of course El Doge, Rempoa boleh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gary. You're awesome as always. And welcome back, ladies and gents. Right now, you guys are tuning into our one of the most prestigious event ever. It's going to be the 14th World Championship for Esports, and which is brought to you by WorldEsports IESF. I'm going to be your cousin for now, so Donna's going to take a break for a bit. Don't miss her too much. I know everybody's missing her. So I'm Chuchu. Doggy, how are things going on? Fill me in.
Oh, this will be very interesting because Group A already played.
Yep.
So, new contender coming from Group C.
Yeah. So far, the one that's leading off the chart, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be a teams coming up from the Middle East.
Yeah,
it's going to be Saudi Arabia. And if you guys didn't know Saudi Arabia, a lot of the teams here, some of them having a PMGC players or even an entire team. But for Saudi Arabia, definitely they have our 8 players. That's one of the best in the Middle East region as well. But speaking of new contenders, we have Ghana, Jordan, Djibouti, Guatemala, Maldives, and Egypt. Now, can they actually take down the thrones coming out from the side of Group A players? But the thing is, bad news for Group A, there's going to be only 3 games after this and they're done.
Yeah, but when it comes to the Group C, to be frank, I do not know what to say because I do not have any track for them. But I guess Saudi Arabia will still quite strong because they have the mentality, they play really aggressive, and they got a lot of points from the previous 3 matches.
Hey, come on, bro. You're easily impressed. It's just a Thursday. Anything still can happen. But before that, definitely we have to thank all our sponsors. It's going to be a long list, but it's worth listening to all of them. So the main sponsor is going to be JHL Group. Definitely thank you so much. And also we're sponsored by DHL Auto, Nusapay, DAS, and also Gudang Crypto, Taiwan Excellence, Pertamina, Hydro Coco. Definitely you can see the Hydro Coco magnificent there. And also we have our official telco partner Telkomsel, an official smartphone partner Samsung Galaxy A series. And we have internet service provider partner Indiho.
Indiho, yeah. Travel management partner HIN, hotel partner Episode Hotel and Merusaka Hotel, which is the venue. Really amazing. Esports broadcaster partner Mineski Global, IFVL, ACIT, production partner Lemon ID, and media partner Net TV, Trans7, Detikcom, Esports.id, Video.com, Dunia Games, Dance TV, Dance Play Merah Putih, Bola Score, and Kami Bijak.
Kami Bijak.
We're
smart. That's why we're sitting here. We're not playing because we're bad players.
Yeah.
But also, don't forget for our government support here. We do have the government support coming out from Kemenpora and also coming out from Korean MCST. And also we have KONI and none other than NOC Indonesia. And we have the wonderful Indonesia. We're in Bali.
In Bali. Yeah, one of the tourist destination coming in Indonesia. So I hope, wonderful Indonesia. The players here having good experience. I hope people who is watching can come to Bali. Also,
come over with us. Because I don't think all the players really want to play here. Everybody's on vacation mode, including us. Are we working? No, I don't think so. We're just suntanning.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, we do have, still going to remind the player, we have a new group coming in as a debut, which is going to be Group C. So how will the tournament format be? Since it's going to be odd numbers this time. It's unusual. That's the unique thing about our World Esports Championship this time coming out by IESF. Because it's not the usual 16 teams. We have only 12 this time.
13.
13. 13. Yeah. A have 7.
AS have 7. So, from the point, actually, no different with any pro league, I guess. But 13 teams. Like I mentioned with Donna, I'm really surprised by how they play. Only 13, but the fight is happening from the beginning.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think that's the unique side. But again, it's only day one. It's still the day one. Yeah.
Don't get easily impressed.
Yeah.
But the downside of having 13 teams, since we're using the standard format for the PUBG Mobile division this time, it's gonna be only one team with zero points. So who's the loser right now?
Oh my god, who's the losers?
The one that going hand-to-handed every single round. That's gonna be really tough for them. But we're gonna jump straight into the tournament format right now in case you guys just joined us.
Yep. So these are the this is the tournament formats like we already mentioned at the beginning. 3 groups, A with 7 teams, B and C same with 6 teams. Group stage with the total 19 teams. They will play for about 3 days. So we are going to eliminate 8 teams. So 11 plus 4 from the regional champion, Kazakhstan, Morocco, Turkey and Brazil. And the host event, which is Indonesia. So the main event from 8 until 10 December 2022. There will be 16 teams and 15 matches.
Yep, for the teams here, definitely the ones that are struggling is going to be the one that playing Playins. The teams that right now we're talking about Group A, B, and C. The one that actually the main event, the 5 invited teams waiting are not the teams that actually, they're resting, but they're resting for something better because they are that strong. We're not even kidding. We're talking about, if you guys familiar with Fireflux, day 1 of it. And now speaking of a point, now this is something that's really spicy when it comes to this tournament, right?
Especially when Group A playing, right? Because Group A consists with 7 players. So, like what you already mentioned earlier, the 13th position. So bad for them.
It feels bad for Group A only.
Yeah.
Just Group A
Just
only.
Group A, yeah. Because they have 7, right? So, 0 points for, the too soon team, I guess.
I feel like Group A, and like if only we have equal numbers, but that's the unique thing about this tournament. Everything can happen.
Yeah.
But it's so sad that who's going to be the Group A? If it happened to be the same team, always ended up with 0.
Yep.
It's going to be a really tough day for them.
Yeah, really tough day for them. But again, with the prize pool right now, $100,000, and I think this is another fun part about the IESF. Only top 3. Only top 3.
It's always fun about money.
Yeah, about money.
It's about the moolah, lion's share of money. There's no way that's not fun.
Yeah.
But the sad part, if you get 4th, and it's only 1 point difference, how would you feel about that? And that cost $20,000.
I think I'll go back to my room and just cry about it.
I don't think you even want to go back to your room. Just cry in the scene here.
Oh yeah.
In the arena.
Yeah, without any time, just staring around. Tears fall apart, right? Yeah.
Maybe you can do memes and content after that. Just because.
Why about content again, Chuchu?
Hey, inside jokes. But here comes our participating teams again. Just to remind you, we're done with Group A for now. So we are having Libya, Senegal, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Brunei, Darussalam, Azerbaijan, and Sri Lanka for Group A. Group B is going to be Korea, Mauritius, Bahrain, Chinese Taipei, Vietnam, and Iraq. Coming up from Group C. Now, this is going to be the debut for them for this round. Ghana, Jordan, Djibouti, Guatemala, and Maldives. And also, last but not least, it's going to be Egypt.
This will be very interesting because Group C watched the previous 3 games, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so even though it's so fast, but I think they already know how Group A play.
Yep, true.
The rotation maybe, or the drop spot at least. So I think this is a good sign for Group C. Let's see if they can handle it well. So this is today's matches. We already played for about 3 games. Brunei opened the day with winner chicken dinner, but the back-to-back is for Saudi Arabia.
But so far, if you ask my permission, if you ask, not my permission, sorry for that, my perception in this sort of tournament, both teams, if you compare, coming up from Brunei and Saudi, it's just going so consistent when it comes to the top. Every single map, top 5, they'll be there. So what's the secret recipe? Can they be overtaken by the side of Group C? It's going to be the same rotation. Not going to even mention this because you guys know it's going to be Erangel, Mirama, and Sanhok. It's going to be all over that again. So it's just the timing difference.
Yeah, it's just timing different. But when it comes to Group A, I totally agree with you when it comes to Saudi and also Brunei. The gameplay coming from them, I think, quite pragmatic. What they did is not about the fight at the early. They do not meet people. They do not meet players at the drop spot of them. a little bit shy.
Be shy when it gets
Shy.
early.
Okay, okay.
Like how you met me.
Oh,
You
yeah.
were a bit shy at first.
At
Shy,
first, at
shy.
first, at first, yeah, yeah. Then they go to the mid and late game quite well because they still have 4 players. The vehicle is still there, but I think a very different case for Saudi because they play really aggressive, really aggressive. They fight teams in front of them, even though the condition is not good for them. They still fight the teams.
I mean, like, these teams, we're talking about the best of the best in
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
region. There's nothing stopping them. They got themselves so much experience to reach up to this level. And this time they're fighting for the pride of the country. It's not something everybody can do.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
speaking of the teams that still not having sort of PMPL exposure when it comes to the Pro League, I'm going to put a bit of a limelight in Brunei teams here. They don't have that sort of exposure, but they still have a performance up to that level here. So the teams that really might be surprising us might be in Group C. We've never had any clue about them before. We have no background checks on them. Will they be one of the teams that might surprise us in the last minute here today?
I hope so because, like what you already mentioned before, Brunei did pretty well, and I hope from the Group C as well because I think this will be a good example, especially for PUBG Mobile. I guess they need to make the league for the country.
True.
Yeah.
It's the time that you get to brag yourself. You know, I did something for my country.
Yeah.
We don't get to do that.
Yeah.
Even we don't get to do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a huge thing. But just now, talking about strategy and analytical purposes,
Okay.
about the team coming up from Group C, I did bump into Jordan team. They were talking about their tactics, and they were really starting Group A versus B before.
Okay.
So the only team that don't actually have the time to sit back and analyze and do witness all the teams' rotation and gameplay, it's going to be only Group A today.
Yeah, because they face B and C without any data, right? Yeah. So next we are going to the talent prediction. Yeah, this is just.
I think we're going to go do the same stuff.
Yeah,
here.
I guess so because the person who asked me smiling after I say my prediction, I think it's same with you, right?
I'm giving this prediction in your honor because you said you love this team so much.
Okay.
Because you said they're so strong. So take a guess, guys. I think everybody knows now. The moment a doggy praises a team so much today, who will it be?
Let's see. The talent prediction.
There you go.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what I know. Here's the first game with Doggy.
Yeah, yeah.
First time we're casting together.
First time.
First time. So I want to be on his good side. Okay.
But the next moment, the next appointment?
Next
Still?
one is a different story.
A different story, okay. I hope it's not the next match.
It's probably going to be the next
Okay.
one. Because we're looking at Group C that's entirely new. If you look at the background, it's so hard to pinpoint who are they. So there's still a sort of a mystery behind them somewhere. And for the side of Group B, now they can sit
Yeah.
and study it for a bit more.
Especially for the Group C, because they already faced Group A, right?
Yep.
But I think when it comes to Group C, I think it can be another power for them because they are not track. They don't have any, what do we say?
No history.
No history
Yeah.
about them, yeah. Maybe it can be a surprise,
Yeah,
right?
true. And that's an advantage that nobody can actually, like, you're never under the spotlight. There are some teams that we call underdogs, but they're not really that underdog. It's just nobody actually put enough attention towards them. They actually take that to their advantage. But can Group C have the courage enough to actually put it out front to execute? Execution is a different story.
Yep,
The idea is always there, but the execution is always a big question mark.
Yeah, that's actually true. So I think for Group C right now, they need to have their, what do we say?
Mental strength.
Mental strength, yeah, to play really well because again they do not have any history. I can't say that they do not have any history,
have,
but they
we don't
have,
know.
but we do not know. Yeah, so I think it's the same condition for Group A, right? They do not know anything about Group C, so yeah, the surprise. I hope.
I mean, like, okay, just to break off the news here, just to spill off some beans. Now, a lot of teams here coming up from the Middle East and African region
Yeah.
as well. So they fought against each other in any qualifiers.
That's totally true. Then.
So at the same time, we might not have a clue, but they do a lot. They might actually play together, just play for fun.
Just play for fun, right?
Possibly.
Yeah, yeah,
Because,
yeah.
like, we never be. I was a bit semi-pro player, but I'm not sure about you.
I'm.
So we always have the friends coming up from other teams.
Yeah, that's totally true. Right? Yeah, when we do have the day off, we are talking with the other team, the other players.
True.
So sometimes we got the insight, but for the IESF, I think I hope they have the special strategy Even though 11 teams can go to the grand final, it's a big percentage, but still, you can dominate from the qualifier. I think it's a good condition for your team.
Okay, the thing is, I'm gonna break it out again to you, Durkee.
What is
It's
that?
just the first day.
Yeah.
The first day is about not revealing too much secret. If you reveal too much of certain teams, they know how to counter you the next day.
Yeah. That's actually true. We can't give it all, yeah,
That's
at the
true.
first day, yeah, because we still have 2 days for the qualifier and 3 days for the grand final.
But we can give it all something.
Yeah.
With the Samsung A series, guys. Just check it out. The Samsung, none other than the A series of 33, 53,
And 73.
73. I love the 3 numbers. It's just so great. It's pretty awesome. You guys saw the ads just now. It's definitely true. It's got so much space with 256 of memory and also 8 gig of RAM. It's just, that's the almost the standard for all games platform right now.
Totally agree, especially for the screen.
Yeah.
Up to 120 hertz. It's very important for PUBG Mobile players because when you have a good screen, good refresh rate, it helps
yes.
you a lot, yeah?
And the OLED is really
Oh,
helpful.
OLED, yeah.
When black is pure black, you can actually distinctly differentiate. Is that really a player moving
player?
or not?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And what's important, it actually support 5G. So we do know 5G is a thing now. If you have no clue what 5G is, I'm not sure which cave you're living in. I hope you come up from that cave and come to Bali.
And come to Bali and feel 5G.
Yes, feel the 5G.
Yeah.
Feel the A series. Be the A player. The A player, the A star player. You're supposed to do that and you definitely can get it. But also, none other than Samsung. It's a good phone. It's an amazing, awesome phone. But you have to have an awesome telco line as well.
Yeah, so that way, Telkomsel
Yeah,
is the great.
I agree. I'm roaming. I'm roaming with Telkomsel's line.
So yeah, wait, when you arrive at Indonesia,
It's Telkomsel.
you use the Telkomsel, right?
Yeah.
The best.
It's so cool. I mean, like, I'm surprised how wide the coverage is. But also at the same time, if you guys have no clue what the players are using on the backline, they are using the Samsung A series as well.
Yeah, so that way they can play real well.
Yeah.
They, like we already mentioned before, the RAMs, the memory is all good, and also the screen. For me, this particular phone, the most special one for me is the screen because you know when we play Battle Royale or shooting game in general,
Yeah.
we really need a high refresh rate. Not
Yeah.
only on mobile, right? Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And also speaking of the Telkomsel just now, we're not done. We're loving it. I'm loving it. It's one of the. I'm surprised how big the coverage is and how speedy it was.
Yeah.
Because if you are coming up, if you're Indonesia, definitely you have to use Telkomsel. If you are coming up from other country, just buy Telkomsel. It's really fast. If you're not buying any SIM card, you're still gonna use Telkomsel if you're roaming here. As well. That's what happened.
Yep. Because when it comes to Telkomsel, I already discussed it and talked with Donna.
Yeah.
I really like to ride bikes around, do the touring thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you are in forest or some suburban
Why you
area,
be in forest?
camping.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Telkomsel is the best choice. It is
Even
the
in
best
forest?
choice. Yeah.
We are on an island in Bali. It's
Yeah.
still the coverage is really good. It's
Really
very
good.
strong. So, I mean, like, if you still question them, I mean, like, something is wrong with it. Definitely,
Yeah.
you are wrong in that.
I
So,
think they're living at the cave that you mentioned earlier.
I think it's beyond cave.
Yeah,
Something,
yeah.
it's, I don't know what, different planet entirely,
Different
possibly.
one, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. At the same time, we have another thing going on for you guys.
Yeah. So, for you guys, do not forget also, beside all the amazing things that we already mentioned earlier, also, there is central cargo. So if you go anywhere in Indonesia, especially in Bali, you want to buy souvenirs and you do not want to put on your luggage because maximum 20 kg, right?
Oh, yeah,
Basically,
thanks for that reminder. I can't myself.
You need to use the central cargo. There's a service door to door also, and don't forget to download the apps. So yeah, it's easy for you guys.
Maybe you can buy the phone using the apps. Of
Wow.
yeah, there you go.
The central cargo, right?
Yeah, Central Cargo.
yeah.
They're just gonna ship over your Samsung A series with that. Maybe even your SIM card for Telkomsel.
Telkomsel. Ooh, a compact thing then.
A compact,
Yeah.
oh, 3-in-1.
Yeah.
Why not? We love 3-in-1s. So formalities aside, back to the side of the game here.
Okay.
I love the setting of offline tournament. One of the many reasons, yes, we can hear the players shout, but we can hear the players taunt as well. You know, it's psychological battle when it comes to these players. There'll be the enemies in front of them, like, or the players in front of them will be shouting like, "Oh, I kill you, so now you're dead." You know, you will understand if that happens because you're dying and they're shouting, they're cheering for your box.
Box, yeah. That's true. That's the art of offline, right?
Yeah.
'Cause it is about the mantle. It's about the shout coming from the players. But from what I experienced outside of the game, they're chill, right?
They're like even like best friends.
Best friend.
Even
yeah.
though they don't speak the same language.
Yeah.
But they speak the language of PUBG.
PUBG Mobile. Yeah, that's good too.
I mean, that's just how beautiful gaming is.
Yeah.
Entire world of every different continent is right now behind us, waiting to be the best. But speaking the same language of the game. Thank you so much for IESF, really. I'm very honored to be invited here and be casting with you. And also get to meet the players that we might never get a chance again. For me to actually fly over Ghana, I don't think I can actually do that.
Yeah, me too. Because for me, IESF, like, we already know the goal of IESF itself.
Yeah.
It's to collaborate us, right? Even not only from one region, not only about the players, casters, but all the esports people.
Different continents.
Different continent itself, right? Yeah, so thankful for IESF. Even though, what can I say? If, even though I only play PUBG right now, but
really, you play a lot of
PUBG Mobile,
You're
yeah,
very pro at
but
it.
I really enjoy all the games are happening here.
Oh yeah, there's so many
Yeah,
game
yeah,
titles
yeah,
there.
yeah.
We're talking so multiple stage going on. I love the fact that PUBG Mobile is actually a fire stage. We are very fiery, we're very passionate. Yeah, but we do have ice stage, we have, I think, air
Earth.
stage, earth.
4 stages.
So basically it's all the elements of the nature.
Yeah.
And I love the fact they put the element of nature in Bali because there's so much culture that's enriched by culture itself. I feel like I'm in a museum walking around in Bali.
Yeah,
really.
it's actually a very proper example, right? For about the culture with assimilation, I can say.
Sure.
Because a lot of people are coming to Bali, not only for tourists, but also maybe business and something like that. So, yeah, for the venue in Bali, I think it's very proper for the IESF.
And I kind of worry when it said assimilation with nature, when human assimilation with nature. I just hope I don't find Doggy to become a tree one day here. Suddenly he stands up, growing himself a couple of branches. But speaking of all the other games, you do have what else? We have PUBG and Fire Stage. If you guys happen to cross by, casually just drop by Bali. I don't know how you casually drop. But there's also the MLBB, if I'm not mistaken. There's also the CSGO, Dota 2.
And also Tekken.
Tekken.
And eFootball.
Oh yeah,
eFootball.
there's 6 game titles for you guys for any age range.
Any age range, yeah. Especially, I think one of the special thing also is not only about the 6 games, but at CS:GO, it divided into 2, right? Male
Yeah.
and female.
Yes.
I think it's kind of rare to see ladies CS:GO tournament that big.
Hey. Oh yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
big,
yeah.
To be the tournament, yeah, we can see that. But a tournament like a major for a ladies tournament, I think it's not that many, right?
Yeah, it's kind of. I do wish we have more coverage when it comes to female tournaments, but I also want to see for once. Like I've seen it before in the pro scene for PUBG Mobile. I'm not surprised if one day if we're looking at the players that representing the country, including the female players too.
Yeah, actually,
I want to see that.
Actually, there's one, right?
There's one, but she's subbing for now.
She's subbing for
She's
now.
subbing for now.
Okay.
So maybe when the player's a bit exhausted, they might actually swap here and then. But we're not sure about the players rotate. Are they going to be swapping into the game or not? Since we're not looking over Group C performance, that we're waiting for that to happen. So speaking of the teams, of all the what's going on, who do you think will surprise? I never seen Ghana or Djibouti, Guatemala, and Maldives played.
Yeah.
I was in Egypt before for 10 years.
Okay.
So I got my friend there, so I definitely watched his stream of PUBG Mobile, so I saw the scene that is quite big.
Okay.
So coming up from Middle Eastern, I do know the scene is big enough, but coming up from Djibouti, Guatemala, and Maldives, and Ghana itself, it's just how can the player fare when it comes to matching up players that already exposed, experienced long enough in PUBG Mobile?
For me, even though they are not having their league, they do not have the PMPL, you can say, but for me, when you have the passion, you watch all the games, you learn from that, and right now it's the 4th year of PUBG Mobile, if I'm not mistaken, for the competitive. So I think when it comes to the mechanic, it comes to the aim and some kind like that, it's already on par of the players itself.
You know why I want to laugh so much?
Why is that?
We've been watching so many games.
Yeah.
We've been analyzing so many games.
Yeah,
We've been
yeah.
so passionate about casting the games. But why are we not pro yet?
My maximum achievement is only for the Conquer title. But when it comes to the tournament, I won several community tournament, but when it comes to
It doesn't
qualification for pro, hands up.
It has to be the
Yeah,
PNBL qualifications. I mean, like, that's qualified yourself to be brag about it.
Yeah.
So we don't. I'm like, what's wrong with us? What are we lacking? We got all the conditions you mentioned before.
But again, the world could always use more heroes. Sometimes we do not be the players, but we be the casters.
Yeah, we are the supporting role for the heroes.
Yeah, that's
We're the sidekick.
yeah.
We're the small fry.
Don't be so pessimist.
Hey, small fries are good. They're very tasty and sweet.
Because
There you
all
go.
the spices, right?
Yeah, we got all the best spices.
Yeah.
And speaking of spices, Bali, just now, earlier today, Gary mentioned about ayam batuta. I never tasted it before.
You never tasted?
No, I just have it in my mind. Is it a ballerina chicken? Because, you know,
But
ballerina
tutu?
wear tutu.
Tutu,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, can you explain what is it really?
Ayam betutu is actually not a fried chicken in
It's
term.
not fried.
It's steamed one, mostly. But it can
Oh.
be fried also. But what I know is steamed and covered by spices.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the spices is the secret.
The secret.
Is it steam or fried? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
All you need to do is get the spices
The
right.
spices, yeah.
So how we want to get spices right? Definitely we get it spicy for PUBG Mobile game with the WR group. So you're gonna head in very soon, starting off in Wrangle. Are you guys ready right now? I can see the players already in the lobby. We're gonna just hop into our first match between Group A and Group C.
Let's go then. Can we go to the Angel? Okay, without further ado, these are the teams. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first game between A and C. Angel, let's go.
Now here comes the flight path. Now having a bit of a highlight towards the side of the Brunei team. So now I definitely casted their games before, including in C games. They do have what it takes and huge potential for these players. Very promising talents. But the problem is, can they really make it happen when it comes to IESF tournament and in the World Esports Championship here? So far, the flight path shooting over from the northern side down to the south. But how will they fare when it comes to the drop spot?
This will be a very interesting question because I personally, again, do not know what or where is the exact place for the Group C itself, but I think it's safe to say for the Brunei itself going to the Rozok area, if I'm not mistaken, right now they are going to the central part of the map itself, and from the flight path, back to the flight path, I think this is very an easy situation for all the players. They can go wherever they want, but again, it's very important for you guys to have vehicle, to have all the things to move around. And like I already predicted, Brunei go to Rozok area. They have the high ground, they have the lower part of Rozok, so it's good for them. But I think it's not only Brunei, it's two teams actually. So yeah, that shot coming from Shaco. One player already low at health point, but they have the storage place, so maybe he can find some weapon to fight with Shaco, or let's see later.
But at the same time, I have a feeling, we're not sure who is the player.
Yep,
We don't have a glimpse of it. But definitely, he's naked and afraid, I call it. Got nothing else. If you actually watch the show, naked and afraid, it's really scary. But back to the side of Brunei, this is a good start. But can he land the shots there? Just going to peek over. They got himself a micro Uzi. It's going to be less than 50 meters apart. Here comes the utilities being toasted over, but they don't have enough gears yet. For the side of Saudi, they got himself a DP28. Definitely got himself a good time to loot, build up their gears. Don't have any sort of contention. Back to the side of Chaco. Now, he attracted way too much attention with preemptive fires just now, but he's alone.
But I think still a good situation for Shaco because he still have the highest floor of this building. He has Uzi, even though I think the 9mm bullet is not enough. He hasn't reload, and two players will come. No more ammo, 7 ammo with only pistols. Okay, knocking one down, but again the trade is not good because that's actually Maldives.
Oh, there might actually be a clutch if you can do this 1v4. But so close. Now finally Newey is coming up from behind. Piazza already been knocked down from behind by Marth. Come on, Maldives. They really want to shut down on the side of the Bruneians here. And they're really having a tough time to turn things around. But at the same time, they don't have enough gears. They need to loot things up, and they're wasting too much time here. Overcommitted to us is fine. And I think if they had another party coming in, that's going to be a bit of a problem.
Yep. Because, yeah, they're still fighting around. If there is a third party, this is a very big problem. Especially they are not inside the circle. Again, when it comes to a game like this, you intend to finish it quickly or you want to go another place quickly also. But from Brunei, only left with one player even. This is not a good situation for them because at the previous game, they played really consistently for about 3 games. And this is what we said earlier, expect the unexpected. Surprise from the Group C, even Brunei left with only one player at the beginning of the game.
Now, a lot of things happen off screen as well. We have no clue what's happening for the other team. That seems like struggling quite a lot. Back to the side of Eddie. Got himself at the second story on top of Rozok, if I'm not mistaken. And we do have Mori coming up from Maldives, still trying to figure out how to get out from here and how to get things done. And they can actually recuperate themselves since the Bruneians left with Chui, which quite far apart. Now they can actually fan out, but I'm surprised how they are quite conservative starting off, since it was a bit of a surprising attack coming out from the side of Bruneians. You have to agree. Shako, it was a very valiant effort, but it's just not enough manpower.
Yeah, not enough manpower and also not enough about the bullet because Uzi is only 12, I guess. Yeah.
No extension.
No extension. And also the second one or the secondary is the pistol, so it's not that easy. But I'm quite curious why Brunei do not want to fight it committedly, because one of the player earlier I saw he already got the M16 and also DP28, right? So I guess it can be a good fight if he commit enough, but again, maybe the surprise hit Brunei quite hard.
I think I know what's the issue for them. They're having a hard time to land their vision towards the teams.
Okay.
So because they were quite clumped up together indoors, so they're just not sure how many players are there inside. So yeah, Shako might hurt the footstep, but the footstep's too much. So he's having a bit of a problem to discover how many players, are they all 4 of them there or not? Because I think it was Mad just now who's actually shooting from behind. So they're not sure how many teams and how many players exactly they're fighting against.
So they're not commit enough because the position is not revealed, all the players from Maldives itself. But yeah, a good point for Maldives because this is the first game for them and they already collected 3 points. So good points coming for Maldives. But the game still continue and we are seeing Libya right now, so far from the zone, almost 2 kilometers right now.
So far, still the first circle. I mean, like, it's still the first.
Still the first,
It's less than 1% HP. It's like, what, 0.4?
0.45, I guess.
0.4 damage per second.
Yeah.
Percent. It's like 0.4%.
Oh, percent, yeah.
So it's going to be the second one is 0.6. And then it's going to be 0.8 and 0.1. And then it's going to be 1. The 4th circle is always the troublesome. So that's why I call it the Great Migration.
The Great Migration for you at the 4th circle,
Yeah, it's always a 4th circle. The 3rd circle will be the Justice Circle, where you get to know where the next circle is going to be, because you kind of get to know which area, which compound you should take. But we have a bit of a problem. Some players here, GG boys, are taken out by Russia. But I'm not sure which team, which country they are.
I think Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Speaking of Azerbaijan, right? Why is it so hard for them to actually survive the first 3 circles there?
I don't know. Azerbaijan intends to play quite separately. I mean, they do the split. So it's easy to get them one by one, even though they have a lot of vision. But if they do not aware the surrounding of them, I think it's the main problem for them. We can see right now Azerbaijan, only 2 players are close, but the other, I know it will have a good benefit for them to have better vision. But again, if he being knocked down, it's not easy for him to be revived by his teammates.
Oh, that's kind of true. Yeah. But Russia being knocked down definitely by Ghost Prime, coming out from Azerbaijan. Actually, they have finally a good start here. After like 3 games in a row, we saw how early they were being executed, and it was really tough when it comes to the morale boost.
Yeah.
This is what they really need for this team right now.
Yeah, a really good fight. Elimination point for them. I think this is, like you already mentioned before, needed by them because this is the last chance for Azerbaijan at the first day because they are not playing again afterwards. So let's see. Watching this for them. but still near with the enemy. But I do not see any more fight. So this is it. I just say it. Yeah,
You
jinx it.
jinx it. It's too early saying that it's no any more fight. Now,
Yeah,
definitely for the side of the other team that got Russia finished off just now, they want to take a bit of a sweet revenge. But coming up from Azerbaijan, that is spotted out. Ghost Prime is going to be an entry fragger. Go left and right, coming in with another car. The vehicle will head in. They got one more. The entire team out here.
Yep, really good moving coming from Azerbaijan. That was a very good bait. One player is just boldly moving around, but he can't be shot by the enemy, by Team Djibouti.
Yeah, it's Djibouti, yeah.
Djibouti, yeah. But the movement coming from Sharif with Buggy, it distracts the focus from the players, and finally Azerbaijan got all the elimination indeed.
I think they didn't expect that vehicle, the bugger, to actually rush in. And it's so loud.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what the heck is going on? It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, especially the last man standing, right? He's just confused. Which player do I need to take down first? The buggy or the player that will come to me? So yeah,
at the same time, when you rush with the buggy, people will start to consider, are you the same team or not? Because there's always a rush from a third party at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So it's so hard for us to see third party coming in so far. So that might be happening tomorrow. That might be happening tomorrow.
Let's see.
Let's see. It's still too early. Everybody's still studying each other's out when it comes to the first day.
But for me, when it comes to the third party and do the commit thing to do the third party, I think it will be happen for the third day because that's the decision day.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's
to get a lot of points to go to the grand final. So yeah, we hope to see a lot of fights up until the third day.
Now they have to make sure the point gap when it comes to the first and second day is not too wide. And I have to make sure they got themselves a consistency to be on the top 5 for every single match. Now that will be onto Brunei team as well as Saudi Arabia because they have that sort of momentum so far. But you have to remember the grand final teams, the 5 team invited, will be a different tier entirely.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game, bro.
I think they are not only invited for, they are well-known teams, but I guess for a reason. They are different made, I guess. The Titan, 1 million, Fireflux, and also from Indonesia itself, Kuda Terbang. So there will be a very good gameplay, I guess. But
I need to ask.
What is that?
Is Kuda Terbang Pegasus or is it Unicorn?
I think Unicorn, because there's a horde.
But Pegasus fly.
But
Pegasus don't have horns, but they are white horses that actually fly with wings. So which one is them?
how about Bicorn?
Can we do that? Okay.
I don't know actually.
Bicorn it is. I didn't know that horse is gonna have two horns. I might as well make a flying cow.
Right?
I mean, like, yeah, why not?
Why not then? But it's not good for the sponsor, I guess. Flying horse still cool, but flying cow,
I mean, flying cow.
kind of cute, right?
You can get a lot of sponsors because you can have milk sponsors, cheese sponsors,
Cheese sponsor, meat.
meat. Now you get me. Now you get me, bro.
Yeah,
Okay, but look at the circle. This is a very challenging, tough circle for the players since it divided into 2 parts of north and south, and the bridge in between will be a bridge circle. It's going to be a lot of death toll if that happens. And do mind about the gatekeepers when it comes to the
Bridge, yeah, I totally agree with that. But I think if most of the teams, because we discussed earlier, they watch a lot of tournament, they watch a lot of matches. Most of the team do not want to do the bridge. They are swimming
Why
right now
not?
because it's risky.
Okay, I do know you cast a long time of PUBG Mobile as well as I do. Don't you just miss the blockade coming out from the bridge? And also, there's so much art of creativity there. They take different colors of Dacia and
vehicle to block the movement from the other team.
And they line it up so nicely.
But don't forget, Chichu, the bridge upgraded right now.
Yep, that's true.
We can use the stairs from the right and the left wing of the bridge itself.
They can actually climb the bridge as well, just to wait it up. I mean, like, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
That's
Even
fun.
I watched from the community tournament in Indonesia.
Yeah.
I watched earlier. Player can use a bike.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the same question here. I want to ask the same question.
Yeah.
What happened if you're waiting up there with a bike or a bicycle? If we have bicycles, I mean, like,
I think we do not want to throw the game, right? So yeah, just play normally.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Now, Senegal players coming up Floyd, Samurai, Xanos, and also Dax is just going to wait it up in the shoreline here, waiting for the circle to pop. Because he knows it's just 40 more seconds of a circle and the blue zone to shrink down. The third circle really so crucial here. Whether you go on the Sonov's commentary base or be on the other side of the map.
Yeah, this is the deciding factor. If you want, if the circle going to the Sosnovka, you really need to move right now. And I really like what Senegal do right now. They're moving toward the south part of the circle of the play or the safe zone, and they can't be backstep from any other team because they really do the gatekeep from the southern part. But the circle number 3 is it still?
It's still in between.
In between,
still
right?
in between.
Yeah.
And just now we get to witness a very sad, lonely player being finished off by a single samurai come up from Senegal. But back to the side of Saudi, this is where they start to move. They've always been quiet for the first 2 or 3 circles. And when the circle matters, they start to gatekeep and start to just hunt down all the players to get their elimination points. Now, Egypt players are having a tough time as well. Back to the side of Basti seems like he's going to pop a smoke just to make sure he got to execute the eliminations and secure the elimination points. But the rest of the Egypt team, they are not going to commit. They don't even want to go for a revenge, even though it's just one player.
I think the problem from Egypt earlier is they do not have a good vehicle. I mean, like UAZ or Dacia. So to fight outside of circle is not worth for them. It's only a bike. So let's see later, because it's quite a wise decision for now, because they do not continue the fight. But this is the new component in the Rangel, the new update. So Saudi still fighting with Ghana. The last, I don't know, is it the last man standing?
It's the last man standing. And the worst part, they're being pressured by the blue zone as well.
Yeah.
Now, can he actually survive it? Does he have enough utilities to survive? But here comes a spray come out from Dami of Saudi Arabia. Just finish off easily enough. And they're just going to hop onto their vehicles, get into the circle, get into the safe zone, and just park themselves for another go. All they need to do is just survive a bit longer, but I'm not sure about the utilities though. They don't have enough first aid, they don't have enough mat, because there's something wrong with the patch recent days. Feels like a lot of players having a hard time to find themselves first aid.
I think for Saudi Arabia, they move quite far because the drop spot for them is at the eastern part of the map, and they need to go to the western side of the map, and also fighting with Ghana earlier. I think they use all the utilities for about the first aid, bandages, and also boost items, because they're still the boost. What is that?
And the thing is, they're not fighting players. They're just fighting with the blue zone.
Fight with the blue zone, right? Yeah.
It's not something that you want to do. You can't shoot the blue zone.
Yeah.
It's not going to go away. So, like it or not, it's better to actually play a bit safer. But in this case, for the Pakistan team, they do share the compound with another 2 teams here. I have a feeling it's going to be, it's going to be coming up from, I think it's going to be coming up from the side of Azerbaijan, and one more team.
But
it's going to be Sri Lankan team.
Sri Lanka. But Senegal, they I think for those teams that are already across the bridge going to the Sosnovka Island, I think they are not a good situation right now, because the circle shift towards Veripir. So they need to move again to the main island. So not a really good situation for them. But Senegal, they still can pull it out. Even though they already moved to the Sosnovka, move again to the main island, they can take down one player from Team Jordan.
I mean, like, they love the bridge right on top of Fair Pier as well. And look at how they abused the compound.
Yeah.
They just knew how and where to dig as well. It's going to be coming up from Lath, just shooting them from afar. And coming up from the side of Jordan, they just keep pressuring to the side of Senegal, tossing multiple nades, making sure they can't move forward. Like it or not, yeah, you love the bridge so much, you're going to stick there and get stuck. Because it's Sawi and the rest of the team making sure they don't have any leeway to move forward here.
Yeah, the situation now is reversed, I mean. So the Senegal, even though they already took down one player from Jordan, but like you mentioned earlier, they are stuck at the bridge. When they want to go inside the circle, the defense quite strong from Jordan, especially it's only one way, so Jordan really know where is the movement coming from Senegal. So let's see if the swimming can move around, maybe it can be turned again, but I guess it's quite hard for Senegal right now to enter the circle. See, even 2 players right now knocked down by Team Jordan.
But I just hope things don't get really fishy on the other side. Hopefully they get landed safely. Back to the side of Jordan, giving off. No way for the side of Senegal to actually even move. Now slowly they're going to crush this down. Bit by bit, tossing out the green, cooking it up for a couple more seconds. It's going to be right on top of Senegal's, but it's not going to clip. It's a bit too long for the cook here. They need just last one more second to actually toss it over. On the other end, it's going to be Leif taking on Samurai here. They definitely got themselves in a turmoil for the side of Senegal.
Yep, even not only one, two players being knocked down with the nade. The last two men standing, coming from Senegal, still trying with the smoke, still trying to revive his teammate, but look at the utility coming from late is just unstoppable. Nade, Molly, anything he has, he throw to the Senegal teams.
I'm loving how Jordan players playing this one round because how late just being the entry fragger, keep the pressure towards the side of the utilities, just tossing it over, and the rest of the teammates keep the pressure on with support fires from the back. And also they are aware about who's coming up from the back line. So he's so safe that Leif has so much confidence and trust with his team to actually try to finish things off. But the problem is he couldn't execute them. There's too much at stake here. In the meantime, the Blues will shrink even further. They already put so much resources here. They need to replenish themselves. And now, like it or not, they have to fight back for Senegal.
Yeah, and this is the hard part for Senegal right now. They need to move around to Jordan, but again, it's only one way in. They try to left one player from behind, but it doesn't work at all because one player are being knocked down. The DPS from the zone already so giving them a lot of damages, even though Jordan right now being shot by behind, but they still near the circle, so they can commit for the points right now to Senegal players.
And the best part, once Jordan wiped them off for the side of Senegal here, they definitely got a clear pathway towards the center of the circle. There's not much contact coming up from the left side of the circle as well. Now definitely will secure 4 points here coming up from Jordan team. Leif making sure he got the job done. He will revive his mate. They got the space, they got the time. There's no problem at all. But back towards the side of Azerbaijan. Now they're still fighting the three-way war between a different team, which is going to be Libya, if I'm not mistaken. And also, it's coming up from the other team, which is going to be Pakistan, who's already down to 3 players. We do have another contender on the other side, which is going to be Sri Lanka as well.
Yeah, this is a very tricky circle because at the middle is quite open field. So yeah, Libya tried to move with a vehicle, but he fell down from the vehicle. I think
he got shot.
He tried to move around. He got shot. He panicked, and when he dropped down, it's already a low HP.
Probably a buggy as well. They don't have enough coverage. So easy to knock down easily when you just hop onto the vehicle. Back towards the Mushroom Tower. We do have Libya teams taking it as a go. But the problem is they don't have much information if they're all clumped up together in this Mushroom Tower. They need to have a sort of information, wide angle view to give a relay back the information to the rest of the roster. On the side of Sri Lanka, they're taking a fire, really committed to the fights of the team that's right across them. You do have, coming up from the other side, I think it's going to be Maldives team, possibly. On the other end, and Azerbaijan, they got a good start with 5 eliminations in the bag already. Now, where would they go next?
Azerbaijan really different when it comes to this group. They play really well. They got the elimination coming from Pochinkian. Again, that's the mental booster for them. They play really on point right now, even though one player being knocked down, but they still have a lot of vehicle. I think for those teams who are late going to the very peer right now, they need to play at a terrain, at the specific terrain. It can be a lower ground and using the vehicle for the obstacle, because when if they are committed or to commit towards the compound of very pure like what Saudi do right now, they will fight a close combat, and it doesn't easy because the other team already do the cam, already do the setup. So let's see. What is that?
Wow, what the heck was the spray?
How can?
What is that? My goodness me, that was a miracle happening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It can be.
Was it a fire throttle or something? It feels like a fire throw.
It's
the
like
fire throw.
Yeah, the fire throw. But the sound itself is like a weapon from the helicopter, you know, the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they should make it with a helicopter and a Gatling gun.
Yeah, it's so OP, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Back towards the wall we go, and it seems like a very heated map here. Only 2 teams managed to get into the side of circle. One of it is going to be Jordan. There's another team. I think it's going to be Guatemala. I think maybe they're still alive. I hope they are still there. Yeah, they still have 4 players. But those actually outside the circle, hard gatekeep But instead of Sri Lanka's making sure they got the compound, use it so well, and nobody can move forward. But in the meantime, they just got counter-fired. Almost entirely shredded their helmet, even their Vasa, and they need more resources. We're looking over their first eight's not enough. Even their utilities, their bombs, and their grenades not going to be enough for a long fight here.
But what Sri Lanka do right now is actually really on point because they know there are a lot of teams that will go toward the circle. They're the nearest team of the circle, so what they do right now, they do the gap keep on point. But again, the close combat fight will be happening. But Azerbaijan just went home because they're on the outside of circle and fire with a lot of teams.
They were having a very good start, just finally having a good start after such a rough first 3 matches earlier. But now we're looking at the debut of Guatemala. Seems like they're having all 4 men well alive, moving forward, zigzagging into their smokes, apparently fighting against Pakistan team and making sure they will take them by surprise, backstabbing. Feels like very saturated pool here we're talking about with 7 teams remains. Susti coming out from Sri Lanka, taking down on Libya. Rawi is down as well. But Guatemalan, it's going to be them spraying, taking advantage from the sidelines. Nobody giving them enough attention coming out from Guatemala team.
Yep, but right now they are doing a very good job. Pakistan is really in a pinch situation. Even Pakistan quite confused right now. The way that they already do the smoke, it can't be penetrated because the divan coming from Guatemala is so on point. Even look at Guatemala players, they do not want to be on the same point, but at the same time, Libya, like what I already mentioned before, Sri Lanka did a very good job to defend because they know there are a lot of players that will go towards their place, and Pakistan still in a pinch, in a not good situation, and Guatemala really passionate about this, really want this elimination, shooting toward the smoke. 1 player from Pakistan down, still 2. Right
now here comes the backstab. It almost got 1. And Cheo making an entry for the rest of the team of Guatemala. Now all they need to do is a bit of a reset and just push it out. But they couldn't have that luxury as Saudi, out of nowhere, seems to bombard them from afar. What happened just now? A third party quite early in the first game between A and C.
Yeah, we do not need to wait to the 3rd day of the qualifier itself. But speaking of Saudi, again, they are playing quite patient before. They're just playing from the western side of the map itself. Right now, they already control the zone. 1 of the players still inside the zone. 2 of the players from the outside maybe do the backstep for the players. And I think this will be another Saudi game.
I don't know. Feels like a literal leak of information of the future. We got ourselves a bit of chicken in, but we don't know who. Back to us at Jordan and Guatemala. Now we do have 3 teams. Jordan only have 3 players. Guatemala, on the other hand, are all full force team. But Saudi, we're not done with them yet. They're still going so aggressive. Get themselves the Muslim nations now in over all the teams out there. As Saudi try to make space, try to defend its fortress, hold the ground as much as he can. We have to make sure he got some insight about outside as well. But a final finish of Jordan's. And it's going to be Team Jordan going down first. It's left with only last man standing. And Sawi holding on. He almost got the entire team pushing him over. They couldn't flush him out. My God, Sawi last man standing still survived.
And again, Saudi Arabia, like I mentioned earlier, Saudi did not want to interrupt the fight between Jordan and also Team Guatemala. But when both of the party are fighting too seriously, they come with the nade and finish the game for the second arranger of the day. The back-to-back, two-back again, 3 chicken dinner in a row.
It's a hat-trick coming out of Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure. How can they have that sort of stamina? How can they have that much of strength when it comes to mental, physical, and that composure throughout the entire day? We had a very long break just now. It didn't stop their hat-trick run. 3 chickens in a day. Now things getting really Arabic spice for the chicken here.
Arabic spice. Okay. So maybe the chicken coming from Arabs,
yeah. Maybe some shawarma.
Some shawarma or kebab.
Nice.
That will be nice. But Saudi Arabia, even though we are questioning, they play quite slow in this game.
I wouldn't say slow. It's more to its strategy where they are a bit more conservative at first.
Okay.
They do know there's nothing that they can gain if they're being too aggressive early. Might as well just build up their loot and take the advantage when somebody else try to rotate into the circle.
That's actually true. But at this, they intend to move to the circle first without do the fight like what we
Why
saw.
would you? Why do you want to wait so much?
Yeah, what?
Basically, you saw how many teams trying to fight early on, but they don't have nothing.
They don't have.
They're so broke.
That's the point. So we can say that we do not see Saudi at the beginning, but at the end they are
It's
still
always
intact
them.
with 4 players. Yeah, the ammunition is there, the utility is there, even the vehicle is still can be used easily by them, so they can control the late game pretty well.
I mean, like, if we got a sports guy, might as well they take it away.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're gonna jump into the highlight to see, just to relive a moment a bit more and see who actually, you know what, Azerbaijan, I couldn't give them enough credit. They had really rough first 3 match. They're always the first 5 teams to actually go down. It's not the last 5 teams to survive, the first 5 teams
The first, yeah.
to go down. But they managed to come back this time.
Yeah, I really like how they fight for their drop spot, especially Pochinki, the central. It's like the pride for them, and they did it pretty well. But again, maybe what do we say? The late game is still their problem. They are quite late when they want to enter the very pure area, or they are still outside of the very pure area. So it's kind of.
They're like you.
How
They
is
need
it?
coffee first.
Coffee first, okay. then.
Just like you.
For focus, right? Yeah.
So the thing is, are we looking another chicken by Saudi Arabia the next one? But at least we got a prediction right though.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, you did me a favor today. Thank you.
You're welcome to do.
But the thing is, I'm looking, is this going to be dominated by Saudi Arabia? And look at the gap. We're just going to talk about when it comes to grand finals. Yes, this is the play-in stage still.
Yep.
So it's not going to be the grand finals scores. So, but the thing is, based on this performance, it feels like it will be dominated by Saudi Arabia. Like it or not, it's going to be a huge gap between the first and second place.
Yeah. When it comes to play-ins, I think I do not have any doubt about Saudi Arabia, especially for what they already did these previous 4 matches.
Yeah.
But again, when it comes to the grand final, different because they will face another
Different ball game entirely.
Yeah, there will be a very different games.
Yeah.
But right now, the overall statistic, 189 throw use, still a big numbers, but not as many as the first game of the Angel. I think because the zone quite extreme. But,
I think because of the circle, just
Yeah.
kind of hard to predict whether to go to Novska or whether to stay in the mainland. The problem is where I think it's the fourth circle that start to hard
The
shift
fourth,
to
yeah,
Ethiopia.
yeah.
Everybody was like panicking, including Senegal. They were trying to cross over in case the circle ended up in Sonovska.
Yeah.
They got stuck on top of the ferry pier, being finished off by Jordan.
Again, they love the bridge, so stay on the bridge maybe. But
That's not the bridge you want to stay in.
yeah. Jokes aside, Senegal actually already have a very good position at the south of the
Yeah.
island. At the southern part, like I already mentioned, they can't be backstabbed by the other teams. But when it comes to the main island again, the Senegal team just like, oh no.
Oh, we miscalculated.
We miscalculated.
Salah Chaturan. Suddenly a different language? Wait, what? Okay.
Same with me.
Things happen. You know, you can't predict the future. Like it or not, no matter how skillful you are, yes, you can predict every circle, or you can read the circle
Like
pattern.
the
but,
pattern, yeah.
But there's still like minute percent of luck is still there.
Yeah. When it comes to a percentage, even though 90% will go to the right, but there's still 10% right. And I guess it happens from the previous game.
Really?
Really?
10%?
30 lah.
I love how he just add things up in the last minute. But you know what? We're gonna miss Mr. Gary. I like his very hilarious. He's a very funny guy. So we're gonna toss it back to our host, none other than the amazing, handsome, just charismatic Gary. Take it away.
Okay, thank you. Cucu Malaysia boleh and El Doge Rempoa boleh. Rempoa is one of the hottest and the biggest location in South Jakarta, right? Doge. Okay, guys, hat trick. Another winner chicken dinner from Saudi Arabia. So right now they have ayam pop. Take 2, Saudi Arabia. After ayam taliwang, of course. And maybe next we will have ayam dan lape. Send to Saudi Arabia. Okay, guys, we will have a short break. So don't go anywhere because this is not the end. We will have another round for PUBG Mobile on a fire stage. So After this, still on IESF 14 World Esports Championship Bali 2022.